Hey everybody, my name is Eddy Hood, and this is my project for the Honors Certificate at the Nucamp Front-End Coding program. My application is called Hightlightish. It is designed to help readers who use e-readers and what have you to import all of their highlights into a central repository where they can then analyze those highlights and use them for their own research and writing and so on. So I am using React to develop this application along with a Redux store and the Bootstrap CSS for styling. I've got it set up so that we have some components here and some features, which include a bibliography for the books, the actual library that you're reading, a dashboard view, and a few other things, which I'll show you now. So this is Hightlightish, the homepage itself, the tagline, intelligent reading. And the goal here is to help people quickly understand what it is that the application does. And when you go to the beginning here, I've got a get started page. And this is our registration form, which it's got me on here. I don't know why. Sorry about that. Anyway, it shows your first name and last name and email, and all of these are validated so that if you get it wrong, maybe it's not an appropriate email address or the password doesn't meet these criterias, then it will, of course, give you these error messages, which is great. We have a sign up page for you if you haven't, or a login page if you've already registered. And then on the back end side, this is the dashboard view. So if you are you'll see on the left-hand side a navigation page with all the different icons, and it does collapse. So if I click this, it goes down to just icons, so you have more space to do your work. It is, there's a search bar up here, which will search the entire database, and then it shows you a few different things. Your research, which is a summary of everything you've done. So these are the 5 books that you've been reading. These are the 63 highlights you've ported in from your different or your different e-readers and what have you, which I'll be plugging into via their APIs. These are individual notes that you have tracked and written for yourself. And these are the 4 different, what I call indexes, which are, think of like a filing cabinet, your knowledge database. Maybe you're studying history and philosophy and so on, and you've got 4 of these major areas of study. You'll then be able to have a place, if I expand this here, where you can do some writing. And within that writing page, you'll be able to use what you've read to convert that into intelligent social posts, blog articles, and publications. Each of these numbers will be, you can drill down into them to see, in this case, you would click that 2, and it will take you to your 2 publications. It shows you the new imports, which in this case are 2, that have come into the system since you last logged in. And these are the books and the things that you highlighted. Over here on the right is a peer comment section with all of your peers, and I envision a community space here where maybe you're doing some research with other people, or you're working with other people who are reading the same book you are, and you're just engaged in sort of an intelligent conversation about it. It is responsive because of Bootstrap, so if I scroll this down, this is the iPad view, so it squishes up a little bit, which is great, and everything still collapses on the sidebar. The phone view looks more like this, where my menu is up here, and it collapses down this way with the search bar here and everything else. The one thing I want to show you in addition to this so far is on the highlights page, when you import an individual highlight, this is where it comes for you to work on it. This is sort of your workspace here. It brings in all of the metadata of the actual book, and then you can pick a category. So perhaps you're studying something on, I don't know, economics. This is the text that you highlighted in your e-reader. And in the future, you'll be able to highlight specific parts within this, add your own annotations, and those annotations will show up here so that you can begin to expand on your knowledge. You'll eventually then be able to come to this index page where all of this will be built out, and you'll see a filing cabinet of all of the things that you've studied. And on this writing page, this is where you'll come to compose your blog posts and research papers and everything else. So that's it. I hope you liked it. I'm excited to get started on the back end so I have a database and this becomes more meaningful. Thanks, everybody.